Hello, I hope you viewers are doing well. This video that you're about to watch is made as a result of our Kinesiology 213 Introduction to Research in Kinesiology course at the University of Calgary. The purpose of this assignment is for us to critically assess research claims made by a product, in this case Icy Hot, with kinesiology application, and to evaluate the validity of these terms and present them in the findings of this video. So, first, what is Icy Hot? Well, Icy Hot is a very popular product that is widely known among active individuals because of its proposed pain-relieving properties. It's also endorsed by various professional athletes, such as Shaquille O'Neal, and is a common product that can be found in training bags. Now, Icy Hot claims to relieve aches, strains, sprains, and arthritis. Now, the widespread use and resulting popularity of Icy Hot has inevitably led to it being put under the scientific community spotlight. As is the case with anything that is making a claim, we must first be careful to examine the information and evidence behind the claim before accepting it as true. In this inspection, we investigate research regarding Icy Hot, critically assessing the amount of research and data studies have extracted in regard to the application and effectiveness of the product, as well as the methodologies being applied. Additionally, we will also take into account other key factors like sample selection and size, study design, and potential conflicts of interests. When inspecting Icy Hot, it appears as though their scientific basis comes from the use of ingredients such as menthol and methyl salicylate in their product. These active ingredients are often found in many over-the-counter analgesics that are applied as creams or pastes. Upon an initial search, there is little peer-reviewed articles and materials supporting Icy Hot's claims. Additionally, when inspecting the Icy Hot website, there's a lack of scientific evidence to support their claim or what their product claims to do. They do not present any studies proving the effectiveness of their product, but instead just state what their product is supposed to do. Quote, delivering fast-acting, targeted relief you can feel working, where and when you need it, unquote, straight from the Icy Hot website. The lack of immediate evidence and research is concerning, as replicability and verification from other parties is essential in determining claims validity. Now, we must also look at sample size and selection when determining the validity of products' claims, and we can see this in a study done by Petrovsky and colleagues. When exploring research papers relating to the effectiveness of Icy Hot creams, such as the article by Petrovsky and his colleagues done in 2016, it's important to consider sample size and selection. The purpose of this study was to compare thermocare wraps and Icy Hot patches and cream in their ability to increase temperature and blood flow in both skin and muscle. However, the study pool had 15 healthy adult men and women aged 24 years and were recruited across 2 universities. This sample size is fairly small. A weakness seen here is conducting the tests on pain-free substance, and additionally a small sample size that is recruited through 2 universities. This is not ideal. The small sample size creates a small group specific to post-secondary and may not represent the general population or target population. And additionally, by not testing pain subjects in pain and using pain-free subjects, we're unable to determine Icy Hot's effectiveness. As a result, the external validity of the study is mediocre at best. Taking note of the methodology used in research studies is a vital step to determining the validity of a product's claims as well. Continue to look at Petrovsky's study. We can observe that the methodology is that, and the study design is that of a pre-experimental crossover. Now, this is on the weakness page because there are better options to do when looking at methodology and study designs. Now, the study done by Petrovsky and his colleagues in 2016 concluded that although Icy Hot did decrease skin and muscle temperature, it had no apparent heating effect in terms of blood flow, as well as low cooling effects. Possible weaknesses within the methodology include comparing both cool and heating applications in one study. This leads to inconsistent dependent variables and would have been more beneficial for the study to separate between cooling and warming effects. Now, a strength of the study includes keeping controlled variables consistent with all subjects, like their body mass indexes. conducting the study in a room with a consistent temperature and giving all subjects the same treatment. This helps them to reduce bias and keep all results as consistent as they possibly can. Another study done by Avrami and her colleagues in 2012 showed similar results, comparing Icy Hot to 5 other topical ointments, or analgesics, 6 in total. This study took several analgesics and compared their effectiveness in treating myofascial pain syndrome and myofascial trigger points. The study uses an RCT design, or randomized control design, as subjects were randomly assigned different analgesics and additionally a control group who was given a placebo. The subject pool consisted of 120 subjects this time, male and female, aged 18 to 80, and included solid methodological approaches. To summarize the findings of this article, they found that there were better alternatives to use instead of Icy Hot that included relatively the same ingredients. Now, this research study done by Avrami and her colleagues has several strengths, one being that it's a randomized controlled trial. This is a golden standard, or one of the better ways to conduct research, along with a different form that is also on par with it. There are no conflicting interests that were claimed in this study, and additionally, there was a larger sample in this study than in the previous study, allowing for more possible variation. But this study also has weaknesses. Now, the study itself states that many clinicians theorize that combination therapy or multiple sessions uses of topical ointments will result in long-term benefits. However, the intervention in the study was applied in one single session with only one short-term outcome measured. Only short-term outcomes were measured in the study. Now, the study does state that they can improve in future studies through longer-term studies or more treatments, but that was not the case with this study. Additionally, the study used participants with and without pain. This may have attenuated the outcomes measured in the study. Future research should separately evaluate pain and non-painful groups to eliminate any confounding factors. Additionally, subjects who had prior experience were not eliminated or excluded from the study, which is also another weakness to the study. However, the study does say that it made efforts to blind subjects to the nature of the topicals used, which should have reduced the effect of any prior treatment experience. This is a comparison of the two studies. We can see that the first study by Petrovsky has less of a sample size than the second one by Avrami. Additionally, we should note that the study done by Petrovsky, he was a member of a scientific advisory board of Pfizer Consumer Healthcare, and that his study was also essentially funded by Pfizer Pharmaceuticals.